Hello, everyone. Welcome back to A Single Sip, a real play podcast of the game Thousand Year Old Vampire, which you can get from the website thousandyearoldvampire.com. I am Morgan, the games master or games helper, as I joked about last episode, I think. And with me is
Ian, and I play Cuddy Wallstruck, the vampire.
Yes, you do, and you've been a busy one.
I had a pretty exciting last episode, if I do say so myself.
If I would say exciting, I might say terrifying. Last we left off, you were narrowly rescued after being tied down and tortured for an evening.
I'm okay. I still have part of my heart in my chest. It
might get better.
Might get better?
Grow back.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the prompt that we're on right now, which we sort of left off on unanswered. And that is a long-dead mortal character returns. What do they want from you? How have they survived death? You only recognize them if you have a related memory. Check a skill, which you will be unable to do if you don't have any skills.
So we gotta end on a bad note, because I'll have to check a resource.
Mm-hmm. You have to check a resource, and also we have to interpret this the worst possible way we can for you.
I'm interested to see where this goes. My two resources are washing basin and bleach and secret cabal.
You must come back for the basin. It's all over for you. No, I think the cabal makes more sense here. There's some characters in your past that are mortal and dead, like your landlord and your old boss, but they haven't been in the story for a very long time, whereas the cult that you joined in London and that you build strange machinery for, which is directly related to a resource that you could literally take off. Perhaps they found you and they're upset about something. They'd have to be upset because we have to interpret this badly for you.
Yeah.
Maybe they find you in this hour of need and they do not give you what you need.
I think that's interesting, right? The cult, it's around this idea of life in machine blood. I'm not doing so hot. Maybe I need to take, maybe I tried to do the expedition into the pyramids. It's not working. I need to go back and build myself up a bit. So I'm gonna knock on their door on some somebody I knew a long time ago.
Right.
And I'm like, is Mr. Jericho in? I am a caller from the night.
Jericho. Yes, he's in. I don't think he's taking guests right now. Is there a name I might be able to have?
Please seek the machine blood.
Not. Bam! The door slams in your face, and you hear the keys lock in the door, and then creak, 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 creak up the stairs through the walls of the house. He's going to. The butler is off to tell Jericho, perhaps, that there's a visitor. Speaking of long forgotten, long whispered secrets.
I think I'm there scratching at the door, like, please let me in, please. Now, I need it.
We've come to a definitive question now, which is the second part of the prompt. What does Jericho want from you? What could Jericho gain from you? Does he want revenge? Has he used this machinery that you've made to create to turn himself immortal to survive after death, and now he wants revenge? Does he want something else?
Maybe he needs a piece of me, like Count Blanche was looking for. Like he's built this machine life, but it's not gonna go indefinitely. It's just extended his life. He needs something more.
You're scratching away at the door when click 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 the locks.
Jericho
Slide open. The door opens and there stands Jericho, looking only slightly older. Only a little bit older than the day you left, and he motions with a sweeping gesture to enter into his room, and you see his eyes, and his eyes are dull, and his face is flat and hanging.
You remember me, Jericho. You gave me the lashes. I remember when you swung that whip.
Ha ha ha, what times we had. Come in, friend.
Yes, please. I need what we built. I'm not feeling so good.
Of course, of course. And you're ushered into this building, and you make your way into the lobby of Dimly in the the lobby. You get ushered into a smoking room, and dimly in the main hallway, you can hear the door shut quietly, and oh so quietly those locks slide back into place, and you're trapped within. Uh, Jericho enters. He waves his butler to fetch some drinks for you. You both. Do you still drink milk?
Yes, of course. Please.
Ha ha ha! Always so strange. You wanted the machine?
Yes. My heart doesn't beat like it used to.
On the cabinet there, the dusty one. The box. Open it. And sure enough, on this cabinet, tucked away in a corner, on the third shelf, high up, you'll have to reach to grab it, is this simple-looking old wooden box, not varnished, just old warm wood, sitting there.
I like really painfully reach up and pull it down. Like all my stitches in my chest are like being pulled.
Yeah, you pull up. Your stitches are opening. You can feel the fluids
Like
sinking
leaking
into your shirt.
down.
The pressure of the shirt sticking to your body. You grab hold of it and pull on it, and see a cord attached to the bookcase.
What?
And then, bam! The bookcase falls on top of you, pinning you against the floor. He's been preparing for this moment. And then, darkness.
Yeah. That's not a good.
It's not a good conclusion. We'll have to see what the next one is, and we might have to make up some connective tissue.
Yeah.
But I
It's
think
not in a good spot.
he's captured you and needs something from you, physically, to try to transition from his own mechanical unlife, his own emotionless mechanical unlife, to something hopefully greater, hopefully for him. Now you will need to write this as a memory that you visited your friend in London.
I'm gonna put it under this. I have a bit of a machine cult section here, so I'm gonna say return to London and trapped. I'm worried. Cuddy's not. Cuddy's got one resource, which is the washing basin.
Yeah.
The one thing connecting to his mother. He was so close. He was in Egypt.
You'll have to go in the alleyway outside. We'll see if it's still there when you get out. You were so close. You were in Egypt, and then fate pulled you away from your destiny.
I didn't think La Carte Blanche would show up again. I kind of thought we were past it, and it just came right back.
Well, he might be gone, or may it come again. We will need to roll the dice and see. Skipping at another 5. We're moving on. Gotta do some quick math in my head.
Should be at 33.
You know where the old things are. Create a resource and make an enemy character into a friend. Okay, so you're trapped in Jericho's house. You find yourself bound again with very, very little to keep away him from inspecting you.
Yeah.
He's revealed to you that he combined the machine that you've made into his own flesh and has become a clockwork man. But he needs more pieces. He needs your pieces, your vital tissue, which keeps ticking and ticking and ticking no matter what happens. Which is evident from the wounds on your body. And so maybe whatever this old things are question we have here, whatever this means, however we decide to interpret it, is how you leverage this enemy character, Jericho, into becoming your friend again.
Is not the enemy that I'm thinking of. I don't want to give in to Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
I've been tortured before. He's pulling out parts of me. I'm not giving in. I'm wondering if the Earl could make an appearance here.
Yeah. Perhaps, yes. A window breaks somewhere in the house. Jericho motions for the butler to see what's afoot. Butler scurries off. You hear a pistol shot and a yell, which is cut off in the night. And then barreling into the room comes a figure, swaddled in cloth, his face obscured. Jericho turns and with monstrous strength grabs a hold of him. But the man ducks and swerves under his arms. An uppercut sends Jericho sprawling on the floor. And then the man is against you where you've been tied up. Pulls out a long knife, and for a moment you think, you see the glint in his eyes. It is the Earl. He's there with a knife, poised. He could end it all right now. Slit your throat, stab you through the heart. Who knows if either of those would work? But they might. But no. Pulls the knife up under the ropes and cuts the cords and grabs you, dragging you out of the room and through the window into the night again. And you can hear Jericho yelling from that smashed window. Sorry, old friend. It's a bit... sorry, old enemy. I'm getting ahead of myself. I have some questions to ask you about what made me and what made you too. And you're going to answer.
I think I know a few things that could help you. But I need you to know... Wait, who are you?
What?
Who? I remember you came at me with pistols, but...
Oh dear, there's going to be a lot of explaining that needs to be done. You haven't been journaling.
No, they took that from me. Those creepy Frenchmen.
Mm-hmm. And so here he is, your friend. You have long discussions into the night about your past and about what you know about the Eyes in the Dark. It may be that he actually knows more than you do.
I think I described this trip to Egypt with like a lot of detail. It's the thing that's most fresh in my mind. Like I'm constantly redirecting the conversation back to this place that I pinpointed in Egypt that I couldn't quite find what I was looking for. But he's in a lot better health, and maybe he can make the trip.
Maybe.
I get to create a resource.
You do get to create a resource.
Wow.
The Earl's estate. Perhaps he gives you a gift or an item to use. Or maybe the resource is a clue that he's collected that he only now realizes is connected to the Earl.
Ooh, okay. Do you have ideas there?
No.
No, me neither. What about just a friend?
Well, you already have a friend, fortunately. You get something extra.
A little extra, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We're shifting the Earl from being someone who's hunting you to being a friend. So that's already included in the prompt elsewhere. Let me see here. What could be a good mystery? We know it's in Egypt already. We could make it something bigger, something larger. Perhaps he has a fragment of poetry or writing from ancient Greece or ancient Rome, maybe even the Ptolemies. Maybe there's a record from the Ptolemies, the Macedonians who ruled Egypt after Alexander's death, talking about some kind of strange creature attacking people. Maybe they found some tomb robbers who were caught by them and had this wild story about some monster in the tomb waking up and attacking them. And they might even mention the statue. That was the only thing they'd taken out of the tomb with them, was the statue of a cat.
Okay, so kind of like a archaeological
Link. Yeah.
Okay, let's run with that. I'm gonna put archaeological notes.
The question that hangs in the document, the thing in the tomb that attacked, is it still in the tomb, or did it get out?
Yeah. I also think this memory fits really well with this two-part here that I don't really have a name for.
Right.
But I have confrontation with the Earl and seal back artifact, murder slum. I think this is kind of like a befriending the Earl kind of moment.
Yeah, he was there with Sloan too, as I recall.
Yeah. I'm gonna reconnect with Earl.
Okay. So you've got 2 full memory boxes now. You got 3 full memory boxes.
I got 3 full memory
and
boxes.
no journal. So unless you're going to start writing a new journal or dictating a journal for the Earl to write for you,
maybe,
which you could do.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. And if you're not right now, then I would suggest rolling those dice so we can see what happens next, because this is interesting stuff. Oh, jumping ahead another 3. This is good. So we're going to be 36. The deceptions you practice fool even yourself. Combine any 3 traits to fabricate an experience that you believe to be true.
What are traits?
That's a good question. Let's see.
I have to admit, I think I put away my original character sheet because it just didn't make sense to have anymore. Like, so much of it was crossed off.
Oh no, you're lost in time. Let's see. So you have memories. You have skills. Those wouldn't be skills.
No.
They wouldn't be artifacts either, or resources. So for the first time, we might have to pause briefly and look it up.
Okay.
Okay. So we figured out what traits are. It's everything. Everything's a trait. Characters, resources, and skills are all traits. So combine 3 of them and then make up an experience.
Does combine mean lose?
No.
Okay.
You're just using them as prompts, kind of, to get your brain working.
Yeah. So let's go with the archaeological notes.
Okay.
Let's go with the Earl.
Okay.
And I don't have a lot left.
So I think an important question here is, who are you trying to trick? And the first thing that comes to my mind is that the Earl has kind of saved your life, and you're kind of depending on his charity right now. And perhaps he is asking you lots of questions and you don't remember the answers to them, but you need to tell him something, or else he might abandon you.
Yeah.
As useless.
And I think in telling him this, I'm telling him more information than I actually gleaned from Egypt. I'm also losing memories of our past because I need to like cross off a block or something. So I'm gonna get rid of my Earl block, and I'm gonna build this new idea that we are explorers together. Okay. I think I'm getting a little delusional.
Okay.
Exploring with the Earl. So I'm using the notes to build on and build this story of how I was attacked by a weird creature, but like none of the details are accurate.
Right. And the Earl's memory is not so great anymore either, so he's got some holes that you're kind of playing on and filling in gaps, and you say it's something with such conviction that he's not sure what's real anymore. Was he tracking you as a detective, or did you always know each other? Were you both sort of investigators together? He can't quite remember. Were you both turned into monsters at the same time? Or did you turn him?
He certainly has a better idea than I do, but yeah, I'm fully convinced now that we've just been explorers for a while, and some monster in a crypt somewhere got me.
Vampire buddies. Oh no.
And must have got him too.
Must have got him too, yeah. We need revenge on this creature. Let's see if you find your revenge by rolling some dice.
Okay.
Roll high.
We got 6. Yeah, we're going there.
Okay, so that's going to be 42.
Yeah.
What piece of contemporary technology can you not interact with due to your vampire nature? How did you first encounter with this technology almost get you destroyed? Check a skill. You have no skills. So some new form of technology is coming out. This is the late 1800s, so we have some interesting things like trains and photography.
Ooh, photography.
Yeah, I thought you might like that one.
I like it. Yeah, I think me and the Earl, we go to get our picture taken with this brand new invention,
Right.
and I think at the flash, like pieces of me fall off, like my skin starts flaking.
Now, nearly all of your body is ruined except for your face. And if your face starts peeling off,
I think my face must be peeling off.
this actually does have to be interpreted the worst possible because
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think you gaining a mark from this, that your face is peeling off, is appropriate, and also the fact that you cannot really go out outside and not be seen as the living dead, like a zombie.
Like the photographer just like freaks out.
Yeah,
and like
it's distressing.
Sprints away without the camera, and
doctor.
I like go. No, it takes time to print the film, right? So I wouldn't be able to look at the picture.
No.
Okay. But I like pick up the picture and I'm looking at it, hoping to see something, and it's just
this fuzzy thing.
Yeah.
And everyone's freaking out, and the Earl tells you, "My God, your face, it's melting off."
I don't feel so well.
Now I believe you have to lose a resource. Sorry, we were gonna do.
Yeah. Well, no.
You don't look so well either. As I said, your face is melting off.
I have just the thing that'll fix this.
The bleach.
I pour the bleach
Oh, not the bleach!
into the basin, and I shove my face in.
Oh.
It burns, but my skin peels so nicely.
I don't know why we're friends, to be honest with you. Goodness.
Finally got rid of the wash basin.
I thought that got lost in the first episode, I'll be honest with you, but I'm glad to see it
On
go.
my sheet.
I'm glad to see it go, because you've been carrying that around for 200 years.
You're right. That bleach must have been bad.
I feel like your character's not long for the world at this point.
He's got one resource and a friend.
Are you putting that memory somewhere?
No. Yeah, I guess I'll.
Is this your new memories of being exploring friends? Because
Yeah.
you were taking a photo with him, I guess I could let that slide.
I'm gonna write photo op.
I really think you want to start a journal, but
I don't think it makes sense. I think I'm a little too far gone for that.
okay, it's your choice.
Let's see. Maybe I can go backwards, gain a few skills,
But is
get my pieces back together,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Or,
please roll the dice, please.
or maybe I'll just go forwards.
Yeah, maybe we'll just go for it. It's to your doom. I wanted to say there's a mechanical. You can roll the dice. I just wanted to say there's an interesting mechanical outcome here where we're going backwards. Where you can lose a resource, i.e., throw away a journal,
Mhm.
and then create a new one, and then throw it away and create a new one
Yeah.
and throw it away. I think maybe there's a mechanic around needing like full memories with 3 experiences in order to create a journal to begin with, which like limits it. But I want to avoid that if we can.
If it makes sense for me to start a journal,
Yeah.
I will, but I don't feel like it does right now.
I think the Earl probably has one running himself.
Yeah.
He's responsible. Your body is distant from human concerns. Lose a memory slot. Erase your oldest extant name.
Yeah, I'm no longer Cuddy. Okay, cool.
You have no name.
I actually already have that crossed off. I think my longest running name is the London Garbage Man.
Oh, the London Garbage Man. You must have had a new name in Paris. You couldn't have been calling yourself.
I had Monsieur Francois Strut.
Well, that's your. Oh, your oldest name is your oldest name would be the Garbage Man. Yeah.
So
I see what you mean.
I just remember being this Frenchman.
Yeah, you were the French companion, art companion of this British investigator. What memory slot are you losing? You only have 2 memory slots now.
Okay, I'm losing my blood cult slot. Yeah. I feel like that. I don't know. I think Jericho might be a goner. Most of them have died. Yeah.
Well, last time you saw Jericho, he was yelling for revenge out of a window, so he might make a reappearance as one of your many enemies. But we will see. We will roll the dice and see what fate has for us.
We are going backwards, baby. Backwards 5,
36.
We've been here before.
Punish someone because of your false memory. You kill or you maim a character. Check a skill. Take the skill, I know what's real. So you're gonna lose one of your... Do you have one more resource? The statuette, I think?
I have only the archaeological notes.
Only the archaeological notes. Okay, that's appropriate. So you have your false memory is that you have always been friends with the Earl.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to give up your archaeological notes. Those are gonna be destroyed.
I kind of think I'm just, really digging into them, and I start getting this idea that...
What's the name you have? What's your fake name?
My fake name is Francois Strutt.
Francois, what are you doing with those notes? You know you can't read.
This seems familiar.
Why don't you just put them down on the table and I can read them to you in a moment?
But you're always reading it.
You're really holding those quite hard, Francois. I really think you should put them down. I'll take them.
I think it was you.
What?
I think you scratched me.
No, we're old friends.
I've seen you skulking around at night.
What's this?
I've seen you looking at that garbage tastily. What?
What
are you?
I never eat garbage.
What are you, Earl?
We're friends. Just give me the notes and
I give him the notes, but I reach for his gun at his waist.
Oh no.
And I pull it back.
Through the papers.
I know you, demon. And I look down at him and pull the trigger one last time.
Oh no. The revolver. 6 shots into the Earl. And through the notes too. Is he maimed or is he dead, do you think?
I think he's dead.
You think he's gone?
I think the worst possible thing is he's dead. What do you think?
I think an argument could be made that the worst possible thing is that he becomes your enemy and chases you to the end of the earth, torturing you for all time. But I will accept his death. I think that's also bad, and you can cross him out.
Kill the Earl. Oh man,
I think maybe we leave it vague.
Okay.
As well, because we might get a prompt that we really like. You do have a lot of immortal enemies already, but he may make a reappearance. You've destroyed your last tether to the mortal world. Your memories are running out. Your sense of identity is completely unraveled. And yet we must continue hurtling into the future, unless you think that you would start journaling.
No place to be journaling. I need to go find the truth. The truth is one forward.
One forward. 57. Things fall to dust. Lose a resource for which you have no corresponding memory. Do not create a new experience for the prompt. It simply happens as you stare in silence. Unfortunately, Cuddy Wallstruck, that is Francois, has nothing to lose but himself. And quietly, alone, he turns to dust.
I'm just looking around at the Earl's stuff, but I can't make any sense of it. I just spend years and years, and my body just crumbles away over time.
You forget to eat. You forget to leave the house. You become a walking ghost, haunted by your mother, who still won't leave you alone.
Yeah, just me and my mother occasionally.
Yeah. Until your body shrivels and you become nothing more than an inanimate mummy stuffed away in an attic in some forgotten house in the earth.
I was so close.
I really don't think you were. I mean, if you'd gotten a different prompt in Egypt, maybe things would have gone differently, but unfortunately your enemies found you and you were forced away. And then you bounced from enemy to enemy trying to find someone who would help you, and there was just no one who cared.
My reconnection with the Earl, that went well.
It went well for 10 years, and then you murdered him. You murdered him because you were obsessed with notes that you couldn't read. Okay? Or Cuddy was.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that is the end of A Single Sip, a Real Play podcast run through of 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. If you want to try your own hand at telling a story using this fascinating game system, then I would tell you to go to 1000yearoldvampire.com and get a copy of it and play it yourself. You don't even need a Morgan to help you. That will be all for this session, but Ian and I are going to be having a brief discussion about our experiences with the game and maybe going over some of the old memories if we can find the notes. So if that's something that interests you, that will be in the next episode.
The epilogue.
It's a good name for it. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Thank you for listening to A Single Sip, an actual play podcast of 1000-Year-Old Vampire. For more world-building content, check out gnomishnotions.blogspot.com.